Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Cop among those held in Narco operation in St. James. A member of the Jamaica Constable force is among those taken into custody in Montego Bay, St. James, as part of a major Jamaica U.S. narco trafficking operation that targeted individuals in the Western City and Kingston early Wednesday morning. Assistant Commissioner in charge of Area 1, Clifford Chambers, told reporters that the lawman works out of St. James. Man shot in St. Elizabeth succumbs to injury. A man who was found suffering from gunshot wounds in the Vineyard district in St. Elizabeth on Tuesday night has died. The man's identity has not been released by the police. Vineyard is located east of Black River. A police report indicated that about 9 p.m., the injured man was seen at the entrance of the community with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital, however, he died while undergoing treatment. The St. Elizabeth police are probing the incident. Police High Command condemns recent killing of Constable. The Police High Command is condemning the brutal murder of a police constable in the Johnson Pen community in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Tuesday, July 19. He has been identified as 31-year-old Jermaine Brown, who was assigned to the Spanish Town police station. Brown reportedly went to the community in his private motor car about 4:50 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon when gunmen attacked him and shot him several times. He died on the spot. The High Command expressed sincere condolences to the family, friends and colleagues of the slain constable. The force says it continued to mourn the loss of a colleague and is committed to conducting a thorough and detailed investigation into the circumstances surrounding his murder. The police will not be deterred by the latest attack and will continue to work assiduously and continue our focus on ridding communities of guns, gunmen, and gangs who cause death, pain, and mayhem, the High Command said. Anyone with information that may assist with this investigation is being encouraged to contact Crime Stop at 311 or the Police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. The First Chaplaincy Branch and Welfare Department are providing support to the family members, friends, and colleagues of Constable Brown. Parchment cleared to resume light training after World Champs injury. Hansa Parchment has been cleared to resume light training after a second scan on his hamstring came back negative for any damage. Parchment, who ran the second fastest time in the semifinals of the World Championships in Oregon and was set for a rematch on Sunday with Olympic Games bronze medalist and world champion Grant Holloway, appeared to have hurt his leg while taking his warm-up runs and limped off the track, grimacing in pain. An initial scan had also been negative, and the follow-up confirmed this. In the absence of the Olympic champion, American Grant Holloway retained his 110-meter hurdles world championship title. On Monday, Parchment apologized to his fans via social media. 5 big fish nabbed in U.S. Jamaica-led drug raid, luxury vehicles seized. A fifth major suspect linked to the local drug trafficking trade has been taken into custody in pre-dawn operations in St. James and St. Andrew, involving Jamaican and U.S. law enforcement. 4 were initially arrested, but the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA has since tweeted that the fifth person who was being sought has been nabbed. The operation is being led by MOCA, Narcotics Police, the Financial Investigations Division, the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Branch, the Jamaica Constable Force Fugitive Apprehensive Team, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, and United States Marshals. 2 of the suspects were taken into custody on extradition warrants from the United States, sources told reporters. According to a senior law enforcement official, it's the first drug-related extradition warrant from the U.S. since 2009. The 2008 warrant was for Christopher Dudusco, the Jamaican drug lord who was extradited in 2010. Coke was later convicted and is serving a 23-year prison sentence in U.S. Police sources say several high-end vehicles were also seized during Wednesday's pre-dawn operations. One of the suspects was apprehended at the gated apartment complex, the ever located on Charlemont Avenue in St. Andrew. At least 4 of the vehicles were seized there. Residents protest police killing of 3 in St. Elizabeth shootout. A handful of residents gathered on the Oxford Main Road near the Committee of Speculation in St. Elizabeth in protest over the fatal shooting of 3 men by police on Tuesday. A strong police presence deterred the placard bearers, resident from mounting roadblocks. One resident who asked not to be named alleged that the men were killed in cold blood. "We want justice, they look you them, come up at them yard, and them the police shoot up the car," said the resident. However, The police said the men, who are allegedly members of the speculation gang, were fatally shot during a confrontation. They are 19-year-old Najee Simit, a resident of Speculation District, 21-year-old Shamar Brown, and 20-year-old Ricardo Salmon, both residents of Oxford District. A police report said about 4:45 p.m., the men were intercepted on the Speculation Main Road during an operation. The men reported open fire at the police. A shootout ensued. Police said 2 illegal firearms were seized during the incident. The Independent Commission of Investigation (INDECOM) has since launched a probe into the incident. Cocaine possession trial for entertainer George Nooks pushed back. The trial of entertainer George Nooks, who is before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on cocaine charges, has been pushed back to November 23rd. The trial could not start this morning, as the court was told that his lawyer, Tom Tavares Vinson, was involved in another matter in the Home Circuit Court. As a result, Parish Judge Maxine Dennis McPherson extended Nooks' bail for him to return for his trial. The entertainer was charged with possession of cocaine and attempting to pervert the Court of Justice in 2020, following a ruling by the Director of Public Prosecutions in connection to a 2019 incident. Allegations are that Nooks tossed a plastic bag containing a white powdery substance to the ground when cops conducting a narcotics operation approached him. Nooks was taken into custody. It is further alleged that while being processed at the police narcotics headquarters, he had got hold of the bag and swallowed the content. Man ordered to pay $180,000 after hitting baby mother with machete. A man was ordered to pay a total of $180,000 in restitution after it was alleged that he used a machete to strike the mother of his child multiple times on her back and arm. The accused, Richard Brown, was charged with assault occasioning actual bodily harm. He stood before Parish Judge Maxine Dennis McPherson on Tuesday. Court documents stated that Brown on April 20 supposedly hit the woman with a machete, first in her back, to which she asked, "Why are you beating me?" The woman reportedly raised her hand and was struck again on her arm. "I kill me, I go kill you," Brown allegedly proclaimed. Reportedly, eyewitnesses intervened and asked him, "What you fight the girl for? Mind you put yourself in a problem? You go kill the girl?" His assault was interrupted. The court was told that the woman went to seek medical attention and a medical report sharing the same date as the incident was on file. Brown initially wanted the matter to go to trial after hearing that the woman wanted $200,000 in restitution. However, after it was explained to him by the attorney at law, the prosecution and the judge that it would mean to go to trial, he changed his mind and negotiated with the complainant, ultimately reducing the payment to $180,000. "Sir, let me explain what is happening to you. She is asking for $200,000. You can say, it's too high. You can go down for some more. You are standing in a dock, so if you mediate with her, you have control over the outcome of the case," Dennis McPherson explained. "Whatever figure is decided, it doesn't have to be paid at once, and it can be paid in installments." She's saying, "I don't have anything more to do with him. Yes, you have a child, that's different, but for the injuries I receive, I just want you to pay me some money." That's what she's saying, the judge continued. But after hearing this explanation, Brown said he did not understand what she said, to which the judge explained again. "Sir, she's saying that you slap her with the cutlass. I don't know where the truth lies, but the same day the incident happened is the same day she said she went to the doctor. It's the same day the doctor is saying he or she saw her. The doctor is saying I saw several injuries on her. I am saying to you, you do want to go to mediation with her, or do you want a trial? If you want a trial, you can get a trial, no problem," Dennis McPherson said, and Brown agreed to mediate with her. He is to return to court on September 30 with the first payment of $60,000. His bail was extended. Firearms report set for Parliament next week. The report from deliberations of the Joint Select Committee of the Firearms, Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act could go to Parliament by next week. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, chairman of the committee with which has been reviewing the bill over the past few months, indicated on Tuesday that the deliberations were being wound up with a view of presenting the report to the House of Representatives next Tuesday. The committee is expected to meet again to resolve provisions related to whether firearm holders should be given 24-hour grace period to present their permit to the police or if they should be denied that opportunity. Also, members will need to clarify whether there is need to include in the law a requirement for reverse burden of proof for people from other jurisdictions who are found with firearms but are not in possession of a permit for the weapon. Dr. Chung said he could not foresee any significant number of cases that would warrant putting legislators through the trouble of including such a specific clause. The kind of cases you're referring to, you rarely find it. I would love to see a case that this applies to. The ones we're concerned about, there are other ways of dealing with it. We would not need this clause for a man trafficking and having a number of firearms. Where it becomes a problem is the lawyer who comes in from Chicago, where he does require a license or permit, fly to Jamaica as a tourist, and the firearm is not registered in Jamaica, so technically it's a prohibition weapon. It would be on them now to get that proof that they need the firearm legally in the US. That's the case, we would end up with a bit of a problem, he outlined, pointing out that the courts have been able to effectively handle cases such as these. Chief Technical Director in the ministry, Ron Richards, pointed out that definition of prohibition firearms now include firearms that are registered in any other jurisdiction, but there is no way for authorities to know whether a firearm is registered outside of Jamaica unless the holder provides proof. You would have to show that you have registration for the firearm. This is where we want the reverse button to apply. It wouldn't necessarily apply to the regulated sector, he explained. The new firearms bill is expected to establish a framework to deal with firearms that are illicitly trafficked, manufactured, or diverted separate from firearms that are duly registered by the Firearm Licensing Authority and targets prohibited weapons including unregulated firearms and connected activities such as illicit trade, manufacture, stockpiling, possession, and use. The regulatory framework includes mandatory minimum terms of imprisonment for particular offenses. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.